Nossa, e o Hall? Esse caminhão inútil. Esse que é o... Tá seguindo esse caminhão. Que? Tá pegando fogo? O pneu? Que? Olha o pneu, chat. Que massa! Ó. Ele parou de andar.
There he is. You know, and that tire stopped. I don't know if he's actually on the brakes or what's going on there, but that rim is actually stopped. So that wheel, or what's left of the tire, basically jammed itself in there, and that wheel is actually stopped. And so now it's basically just skating around. Yeah. Create a fire. This could create a fire underneath the vehicle, especially with that tire down there, and or. You know, this could go on for a while, and that rim could just be grinding itself down to the point where you're on the axle. And but
esse cara fez, roubou.
Probably because the rubber has wedged itself in there somehow, because whatever it was broke free right now.
Oh, mas que meme, ele tá andando ainda, não devia parar não.
So the rubber, whatever was jamming it up, probably melted or broke up, and now we're rolling once again. But wow, but right now those flames continue to get a little bit larger and larger, and I'm just really curious what it is that's burning.
Mano, o fogo não acaba, que bizarro. Tá pegando mais fogo. Olha isso, ó. E o carro aguenta ainda. Essa tranqueira aí desse U-Haul. Mano, alguém mata essas árvores aí, chama o Bolsonaro. Que desgraça, mano. Alguém derruba essas árvores aí, mano. Tá atrapalhando o meu entretenimento, caralho. Porra. Tá tampando. Joga esse fogo aí nas árvores. Ele vai ter que ser do carro, não.
More now, and I don't know how this truck can possibly continue.
That person's going to need to come out of that.
Much longer. This is a really dangerous situation. I don't know if you're actually watching this as you're commenting on it, Sergeant Escamilla, but this clearly is going to be coming to a close here soon. I mean, it has to. I mean, the fire really
bad
here.
Qual você escolheria se fosse fugir? Se eu tivesse nos Estados Unidos, eu Nissan Versa. Capaz não identificar eu, porque todo mundo usa o Nissan Versa. No Brasil seria o quê? Um Gol? Mano, what the fuck? Parece jogo.
All right, we have a full-on fire here, Stu. Pick it up. Tell us what's going on.
Não tem nenhum carro por perto, né?
Well, we're just watching, and you guys watched it live here as well. It's like that fire really started to pick up. Whatever, something changed in there.
Mano, o cara continua.
That suspect is going to need to get out of that truck almost immediately.
Nossa, ele vai virar ainda.
Olha os NPC aí. Also, everybody's been pointing out the gas tank is on that side as well. You kind of hope, and we all know that the designers of these vehicles, they understand these things, and they actually set things up so that it is safe, or as safe as can be. But this truck really starting to really kind of push it the best they can to keep going, and you just don't know why. Look at that smoke. This is what I'm talking about. As soon as he stops, he's got to get out of that cab. There you go, popping the door open and trying to run from this. But
que massa, velho.
As soon as he stops, he's got to get out of that cab. There you go, popping the door open and trying to run from this.
Corre, mano, tô pensando você.
You know, this is one of those things. You can run. We'll keep an eye on him.
Bom que parou foi bem na cidade, né?
And you know, he's actually right over the fence right there. He's got to know that he lost.
Perdeu o sapatinho quando de volta.
Right over the fence. He's got to know that he lost his shoes. No, that's a shame. Anyways, grab his back.
O narrador. Nossa, ele perdeu o sapato, o tênis. Ah, isso é uma pena.
He's going to continue to try to run. Officers from the California Highway Patrol keeping an oh, that must have hurt.
Ah, isso doeu, zombando, cara. Tá perdendo sua calça.
The officers, they might be a little bit slower on the jumping over the walls.
Porque os policiais estão lentos em place.
Making their way around to that to the area where he's running to now between the walls there. We're going to try to move Skyfox the best we can to keep an eye on that suspect. The truck itself, I'm pretty sure, almost fully involved in flame, trying to.
A polícia sabe dizer gordo, lembra disso, gente, com muito donuts. Eu não sei, eles são muito ruins pra seguir os... Por isso que eles precisam de cachorro, já notaram? No Brasil não precisa treinar cachorro. Os policiais aqui não são tão gordos. Imagina um policial americano pulando esse muro. Que meme. Só come carboidrato, as carniças americanas. Eles podem não. Precisa de cachorro.
They're chasing after that suspect right now. We're going to move around and I can see the officers if you go wide and to the left.
Oh my goodness, well, the car was fully involved in flames at this point.
Fully involved. And you knew that was going to happen. That fire was really well established and the flames were basically the movement of the vehicle was keeping that fire from getting up under that hood. And as soon as he stopped, all that fire just basically engulfed that engine area. Again, we know, everybody knows.
There's a lot of oil, there's a lot of flames to the right. Prenderam o cara? Perderam? Eu acho que ele tá dentro desse prédio. Ninguém sabe onde ele tá. É hora que filho da puta, mano. Ele entrou numa área que é muito difícil o policial investigar.
Pan up just a little bit and to the left. Right there in the gap. I think he's right there in the corner.
Ele tá aí. Ele tá um pouquinho.
Pan down just a little bit, Vinny. Pan down.
Vou descer um pouco.
It's a motorcycle. All right.
Ele é narrador. É uma bicicleta, uma motocicleta. Ele tá nesse prédio aqui, ó. Ele tá nesse aqui, ó. Ele tá nesse aí, ó. Tá vendo? Tá vendo o que eu tô apontando? Aqui, ó. Ele tá nesse.
Between those two buildings, and that looks like him right there. Is that him?
No, that's an officer. That's
a police officer. Okay, so we don't.
He also had a bag. I noticed he had a bag with him, like a backpack, and he didn't want to lose that. He kept throwing it over whatever he was climbing.
Well, the question becomes where is he hiding? Because we saw him go there.
Onde ele tá, chat? Cadê os cachorros? Olha o buchão cheio do policial, olha isso. Olha o buchão cheio desse aí. Ou dessa. Olha esses caras não conseguem subir muro, não.
Basically, they're talking about this guy was asleep
behind the wheel. So
this might have been a crime of opportunity where maybe a homeless person took that vehicle and was basically maybe even living in it. They might have a suspect basically locked down in that area. I always watch these officers. They have a dangerous job. We watch those suspects fly over those walls, and now we have an officer who's probably
ele fez a tática que todo gordo faz, mano, quando tá inseguro de algo. Eles ficam olhando ao redor assim, aí viu que o outro policial tava olhando pra ele e resolveu subir. A arma dele. Ele tá na bush? Guarda aí. Bushes, ó. Como assim fugir pelo esgoto? Os policiais do Brasil são dos únicos em treinamento militar. Eu acho que é por isso que chama polícia militar, não é? Caralho, olha o tanto de gente que ele teve que necessitar.
Yes, definitely. And we did
Cadê o cara? Cadê ele? Que? É ele? Ele trocou de roupa, fingindo que é uma pessoa normal? Será que esse cara é ele? Caralho, será que ele fez isso? Ele entrou no apartamento de alguém, trocou de roupa e tá andando como se fosse uma pessoa normal? É o Temos. Mentira! Mano, mentira que ele tá andando como se fosse uma pessoa normal!
Within that area, they need to get this guy into custody with all the situation that took place with the stolen vehicle, etc. This individual, I'm sure, if you look at the criminal records, been through the Gray Bar Hotel in the past, been to the criminal justice system in the past. I mean, this isn't just some
e a policial gordinha
decide to steal a vehicle. So they will bring in whatever resources necessary, K9, etc. To lock it down and do
mano, de novo essa árvore. Tá me zoando. Era ele? Mentira, você prendeu.
Yeah, exactly. So there's activity going on down there as if, when you see that kind of flurry going on, Dennis, you figure they know something and they're taking action.
Fica sem camisa,
what they do is they want to bring in enough resources, they want to bring in enough units, ground units, and we see...
It looks like they may have him in custody, Dennis. It looks like they may have him in custody.
Let's go to Stu for a minute. Stu?
Yeah, no. Well, we've been listening, and you know, I'm watching and listening. The officers are saying unknown suspect, unknown, but this person clearly fighting with the law enforcement, and possibly when we see this person stand up, we'll be able to kind of get an idea if that was a suspect. But whoever this person was definitely was fighting with the officers there for a moment or two to go into custody. That makes it very suspicious. Right now, you can see this guy just kind of in custody. If I had to guess, I would say it's close.
Parece se fosse adivinhar, parece ele.
Actually, deputies and California Highway Patrol. So definitely a suspect in custody. He was fighting those officers. If you're...
Mano, é uma live de 1h30. Tava à noite isso aqui. Que? Mano, ele ficou 1 hora dirigindo. A polícia ficou seguindo por 1 hora. Olha no começo do vídeo. 1h45. Que? Ele ficou dirigindo esse carro, mentira.
Left, he's traveling more toward Hollywood, and it looks like.
But the chase itself, it is picking up just a little bit of speed. Want to take it into custody.
Caralho.